have some pre-game interviews coming up, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right. I'm going to bring them in very soon. Oh, the lobby's up. Nice. All right. And where are you? Wait, where is he? Oh, hello.
Hello?
Hello, hello. Double checking. I've just got really high ping just then. Australian internet. Fantastic. Alright.
Yeah, all good, all good.
Do you mind
Yep,
hopping over,
you know it.
grabbing Chick Hicks for me? I believe he is Nick Snickers.
Yeah, no problems.
Sweet.
I'll jump.
Okay. So, for anyone joining right now, we are about to conduct some pre-game interviews before the series begins. And of course, I'm going to be watching through the regular method. So hopefully no more disasters or like technical issues like there was last week. And we will have a nice and clean grand final series. Please double check as well. Apparently I've got really high ping. Okay.
Hello.
Oh, hello, hello. There we go. Chick Hicks, welcome to the stream.
Sugar.
Sweet. Now, so, how are you feeling today?
We're feeling good. I mean, the day of the harvest has come.
The day
All
of
the
the
farmers are
harvest
ready.
has come. I like it, I like it. So, yeah, representing big farmers, this is Chick Hicks. What position do you normally play? Can you introduce yourself there?
Yeah, I typically play the support, although I've been known to dabble in other roles when we have a bit of a chaos draft that we need to figure out at the last minute. But yeah,
Very
typically a
nice.
pulse five.
Awesome, awesome. All right. And so the whole team's confident, ready to harvest and reap what you sow?
Very tasked. I mean, it's been a difficult season. There's been some up and downs. Yeah, to start sowing the seeds, we had a new team, some new members join us. And we've been fertilizing what we've been building on over the season and had some good results that we've been quite pleased with. But yeah, we've
Very
just been
nice.
plowing away, ready to go today.
I like these analogies. Wow. All right. Mixed skill, do you have any questions to ask?
Yeah, I'm curious about the level of respect you think Team Tam deserves. Like, have they, ever touched foot on soil? Do they like the plants? Like, how do you want to approach them? Any respect at all, or is it just no mercy and we're just gonna give it our best shot?
Saw some of these boys. They've got pretty soft palms. They look like they've never
Yeah, yeah.
hoed a field or used a cultivator in their lives. So from that respect, probably maybe a little disrespect from that sense. But
Yep.
we've been keeping a close eye on how the other teams have been tracking. But I can say we're ready to whip out the pesticides and do a bit of pest control today. So
I see, I see. All
Very
right.
nice. Awesome. I appreciate you coming in here, Chick Hicks. Thank you for this pre-game interview, and I wish you and your team all the best for this series.
thanks very much.
Good
Appreciate
luck.
it.
Cheers,
Have a
mate.
good one.
All right, now we'll bring in another member from the opposite team. Let's just bring him in now. I'll just ask if he's ready. Got to make sure that he's well and truly ready before dragging him in here. He is. Alright, let's bring him in. Moving to. There we go. Alright, Tez fanboy, how are you today?
I'm doing good.
Awesome, good to hear. Now, how are you feeling?
A little bit nervous, but that's more for the interview than the game, honestly.
Fair enough. All right. So, what can you introduce what position you normally play in your team?
I play anywhere from 5 to 1, usually 3.
Oh wow. All right. Quite the range. Okay.
It-
And do you feel like your team's prepared well for today?
yeah. We've done our research, We've looked up Team Tam's strongest players. We're gonna pick those.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Mixed skill. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, sort of a similar question as well. There's a bit of an underdog story coming in. Do you agree with that at all, or are you just looking to play a regular game? Like, what's your sort of mindset? How do you approach the big farmers matchup in the grand finals here?
Wait. Just to clarify, who are the underdogs?
The big farmers. You guys are 13-3 in the league, so I'd say it's big farmers.
To be fair, they did finish top of the table. We finished second. That's why we had to play WoF and the Pretty Boys. But shout out to WoF and the Pretty Boys. We learned a lot from their semifinals. Namely, we learned not to feed. So shout out to them.
Very wise.
As for
Very
the
All right.
wise.
actually, we are pretty scared. We've done a lot of research into chess teams, and we know they like the cheese. So we're ready to ban the cheese, but I'm not sure if they're cultivating more cheese. So we
I
just have
see.
to keep an eye out for it.
It might
That's
be.
a
They
very
might be
good
farming
point.
up some cheese right now. We'll have to
True.
Yep.
see. All right. Thank you for joining us for this pre-game interview. I believe the match is about to start soonish. Um, just having a quick look. It's not up yet. But thank you for joining us for this interview. And
Yeah,
Thank you
keep
very
an eye
much.
out for the Team Tam Meepo coming up. Don't worry.
Oh,
Alright.
wow.
A
Okay.
little bit of extra
I'd
information
love to
there.
see that.
Okay.
Wow.
Very excited for that. All right. Thank you, Tez fanboy. We'll see you
Thank
in
you.
game.
Thank
See you
you.
guys.
Cheers.
Bye bye.
All right. Some Meepo, he
Wow.
said. Some
Meepo, that
insider
is
info
bold.
right there.
To come out with a hero that is normally last picked as a kind of like now the whole game is ours hero, to say that on stream, I love the confidence. Hopefully we do see a Meepo. It's always fun to play like Crash, Burn or Fly. It's always a fun hero. So I do hope they find that pick.
That's for sure. All right. Just gonna double check. I had really high ping when I started the stream. Just wanted to make sure that it's actually capturing the game. Can you check for
Yeah,
me?
you had some moments before. You have been fine like consistently for the last 5 minutes. Your voice hasn't like gone robotic or anything like that. So I think you're better.
Ah,
I think it's all
sweet.
good.
I think it's all good. All right. Seems to be working from OBS's bountiful display. So hopefully all is good. All right. So got to ask you a couple questions as well, McSkill. As the
Yep.
coach, how are you feeling?
You know, I think the boys have done quite a lot of homework for the game. I think they've had to shuffle a little bit around with some members not being able to make it and some other things like that, and they've come out on top. Like they've been able to push past that and keep their mindsets in a good place. So they are a very strong team. There's no getting around that. But win or lose, I think we're going to put on a good game. It's hopefully going to be quite entertaining. And yeah, as I said, we've done our homework. I can't speak to exactly what those sheets out on the field, out on the range exactly are. Just been sitting around the campfire with our shotguns and utes, and we've just been talking it over. And I think we're going to have a good game here, Junkmo, in this BO3.
Awesome. Good to hear. All right. Whenever you're ready, you can go join your team and just make sure that you're there for the pre-game pep talk, I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely.
and
I'll
for the
hop
drafting
back in
phase.
as soon as the draft's done. I'll hop back in here. Thanks very much.
Awesome. Thank you, Mexico.
Alright, see you then.
See you then. All right. Now, just gonna take this opportunity to grab a drink. Make sure you're well hydrated. Get something to eat as well, because will be a interesting series to watch. Both teams have been playing their hearts out, and it's been a great ride so far. So, although during the season I've been a part of a team myself, so been able to see like the insider perspective, I guess. However, yeah, I do prefer casting, I gotta say. A lot less pressure, funnily enough. All right, now hopefully they will start any second now. Yeah, there we go. Wow, what a loading screen. My favorite hero by far, the Chaos Knight. This will take a little bit of time as the match loads in. Once it does, we'll get through the drafting phase, going through the picks, the bans, and everything. Meanwhile, anyone watching the stream right now, can you please put a 1 in the chat or something like that? Just anything in the chat at all, just to confirm that you're receiving this loud and clear. Also live as well. Anything at all. Yeah, I'll see if I can put something in my own chat. Sending it now. Okay. Hey. Oh, there's J-Bud. Can't wait to see Chessie's Troll Warlord. You heard it here first. More like Lose Warlord. I like it, I like it. Alright, a little bit of banter starting off in the chat as well. Wow. Okay. Okay, everything seems to be running. Mic check. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. It is picking up loud and clear. 60 frames per second. God, I love this computer that I got. Whew, give it a little bit of a pat. Okay. Everything seems to be in perfect functional order. Okay. Now, this little box here, this very important box that I'm clicking on right now. Oh, you can't seem to see my cursor. That's probably a good thing though. But anyway, this little box here, very important. I was kind of missing it last week. Very sad to see it go. Oh, there it is. So there is a little bit of delay, it seems. Okay. Double checking that it's not. Okay. Maybe it's the scene transition. All good, all good. Never mind. As long as it functions. Now, this is the main CK here. I'll introduce him. His name is Chris Knight. And there's his buddy, what's another name starting with C? I am completely lost. Another name starting with C. We'll call him Carter. Carter Knight. Or Kevin Carter. Calvin Klein. Hang on, wait, no, that's a brand. Other things starting with C and K. This guy up here, now he's the boss. He's the main character of the Pre-Lord Gem. I see the one there now. So there does seem to be a 5-minute delay anyway. Let's... Okay. Even though I did remove it. Let's see. Yep, it is disabled. So, well, it is what it is. Alright, double check. No one's trying to get my attention. Oh, never mind. The match has begun. We are in the drafting phase, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the actual start of the match. Big Pharma on the Radiant side versus Team Tam on the Dire. Immediately, Big Pharma opens up with the Rubik ban. Team Tam may respond with the Klinks ban. Very nice indeed.
Dire gets the ban.
And then we got the Sniper. Okay.
Radiant.
I might go through who is who as well on each side. We got on Big Pharma Chessie's as the captain there. Then Chris and Marie's. In position 3, I believe. Chick Hicks, Alpha, Kenny 1, and Sweats Big Gets. Oh, let's see what this is. Sorry about that. Guess it's just move that over, right? It's showing my display now. Okay, well, it's because I've got display capture up. Why? Because of spectator delay, I'll jump back in before draft is finished. Fantastic. Oh, cool. So that's Mixskill just letting me know that he's going to join. Once the draft is almost over. And finally, Sweats Baguettes, by the way, on Big Pharma. Now, Team Tam. There we go, directed camera. We are not wanting the player view. Thank you. Alright. Team Tam. Otter Spotter. Techno Viking. Sun, Wackadoodle, and Tez Fanboy. Techno Viking being the captain there. Meanwhile, the picks are coming out. Big Pharma, they've got the Jakiro secured. Then Team Tam, they have the Tiny and the Tusk combo here to respond. The two T's. I like it a lot. Eyes, I think that's how I say your name, so there's good luck there. Nice, thank you. Both teams will be happy to receive as much luck as possible for this grand finals. Gotta say, I'm interested in this IO ban coming out as well. That kind of removes the Witch Doctor IO strat that Big Pharma has been running previously. They did try that in game 1 of last week's series. However, it did not work out well for them. So, interesting that Team Tam decides not to go up against it. I do not want to face such a nightmare in lane. Meanwhile, Big Pharma with the Drow Ranger as their second pick. Very early into the draft. And they ban out the leader to follow up. I like it a lot. Drow Ranger. Quite an interesting pick this early on. We'll see how Team Tam decides to counter it, especially into a Tusk as well. I guess the Gust removes the possibility of the snowball potentially, but once he's got the ball rolling, then it's kind of hard to escape that as the Drow Ranger, so we'll see how it works out for them. Meanwhile, Big Pharma, yep, the Lena ban, that's pretty expected, especially in this meta at the moment. Good thing that that overpowered hero is removed from this match. Then they go with the Invoker ban to follow. They've done their research on Team Tam, I see. Meanwhile, they to respond, that's Team Tam of course, with the Viper ban. Interesting. I believe it's quite flexible and a favorite pick of Big Pharma's, so nice that they choose to remove that. Good luck both teams, thank you. Eyes, there we go, just clarifying who is receiving the luck. Okay, oh, there's a Necrophos ban, one of the favorites of Big Pharma. I believe Chessie's was the one that would usually play it, I think. Am I remembering correctly? It might be, or might be not. Who knows? We will have to just leave that aside for the moment. Okay, thinking about lane-wise, Jakiro and Drow Ranger together probably in the safe lane. Meanwhile, you probably wouldn't put the Tiny and the Tusk together. A double melee, possibly off lane, that's going to be pretty brutal to deal with. Tusk, he's quite flexible, he can go mid, he can go off lane, he can even go position 5 if need be. However, I don't think that will be the case here. Noticing the Underlord's ban as well. So Team Tam, they watched game 2 of last week's series and they saw how strong it was when Chessie's was piloting it. It was very tanky and able to deal a lot of damage, which was quite surprising. I mean, you don't expect an Underlord to be doing as much damage as he does until you're dead. So Big Pharma banning out the Phoenix. Interesting. With the Drow Ranger in their picks, I would have been happy to play against a Phoenix myself, but maybe they're just scared of a certain strat regarding the Phoenix. We'll have to see. Once again, I am not anywhere close to being pro at Dota, so take anything I say, any analysis, with a grain of salt, or many grains of salt. Just fuck it, have the entire salt shaker. As we go, 30 seconds left. They pick the Lycan coming out from Team Tam. All right. Now that's a very solid gank squad lineup that Team Tam has right now. I'd be pretty scared of going up against that if I was the Drow Ranger specifically, but even all of Big Pharma will have to watch out. Okay, let's just see. Why is it that some of my chat disappears? That's confusing. It's because I'm not seeing all of it. It should be all of it. There we go. Don't pat too hard there, mate. I will try not to. I believe you're referring to the computer that I was patting before. First time to watch Chessie's play. First time to watch him play. He's been in this series for the entire season, so if this is your first match, welcome to the stream. Hope everything is working. And now I'm anxious that, that it's not. Huskar is still in the draft. Very true, very true. A favorite of Chessie's, and I believe Alpha plays a lot of Huskar too. So we'll see if they pick it, as I believe an offlane center has been picked for Big Pharma's draft here. A very tanky hero, able to dish out a lot of damage with the Lycan and the Tusk hitting him. However, he will take a while to come online once he's got that Blink Dagger. I believe that's the current meta. We'll have to wait and see. Just farm until that blink and then he can engage. Now, Disruptor being picked. So I guess Jakira going off lane possibly, with the Disruptor keeping the Drow safe. Sorry. Glimpse should be pretty effective at dealing with Lycan early game, keeping him from rushing down the Drow. Same goes for the Tusk, but the Tiny, however, both Tusk and Tiny, they buy the Blink Dagger, and usually they can kill the opponent before the Glimpse pushes them back, so we'll have to see how effective it is. In fact, they might even jump the Disruptor immediately. Got to consider the AoE potential though of Big Pharma. Both Disruptor ult and Jakira ult coming out will be quite interesting to witness. The synergy is there, the potential, but of course, we'll have to see it in game. Meanwhile, Team Tam with the Witch Doctor finally picking a support. All the way. How many minutes are we into this drafting phase? And all these picks gone through already, and they've picked up a Witch Doctor. Wow. Very confident in their support picks. Sorry, just taking a drink there because I'm quite thirsty. Let's see now, 46 seconds left of reserve time for Big Pharma. They've got plenty of time. Plenty of time.
Hello.
Ah, there we go. McSkull is back. Now,
Just in time for the last picks.
that's right, that's right. So, yep, there we go. Ban the Lifestealer. Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
I am seeing what you're seeing. Yeah, we got in, so we've got not too much reserve time for either teams.
That's it.
Okay, interesting.
Can I get your analysis? Just quickly, because I've been trying my best, and I don't think it holds a candle to your analysis, so let's see.
So Team Tam, it's an open secret that Team Tam likes to play the Tiny a little, like here and there. I'm sure they appreciate the Ags build as well. There's a little bit of we saw a little bit of anti-cheese coming out in the draft. They banned the Eye early and then also picked Witch Doctor later, so they've done their study, as they said on the pre-game interview. That's very interesting. I also see a lot of early game timing here with the Lycan. They're going to try and roll over Big Farmers in the first 25 minutes until he falls off, and then he needs a couple of items to you know, Lycan has some late game power once he gets like 5 or 6 slotted, but he definitely has that strongest point with the summons early 20 minutes in with the death pool. So he will fall off a little bit. It's up to big farmers to keep this game alive and their towers up for a good amount of time, and then they can start hopefully raining in death with this drought. But we'll see. It's quite an interesting draft. There's a good amount of mobility on both sides with the Centaur ulti and the Snowball out. So there's good save, high movement. Disruptor can work wonders against the Lycan, but we'll see how that works. Or if he dies too quickly, we see the pick coming in from Big Farmers, and it's a Pudge last pick. Interesting.
Okay, very interesting. Pudge coming out for game 1 of the grand finals. You'll love to see it. So, how would you feel about playing a Drow against this lineup, though? There's quite a lot of pressure on Alpha here, I believe. I believe he's the pick for Big Farm.
Yeah, no, I think the idea behind the drafts is that I think the Centaur pick coming in right after the Drow has a lot to do with the ulti, and we're going to help our Drow get out. Along with Jakiro having a lot of utility to try and protect and contain. So it does feel a little bit like a 4 protect 1, like in a couple of years ago, the meta. And we see Ursa last picked.
Okay, very gank heavy lineup there coming from Team Tam. Very in your face brawler kind of heroes. And we'll get into the game very soon. So, if you had to rate the draft so far, without any bias,
without any bias, just looking at this, just wiping my brain of the last 3 hours, I do think Big Pharma have a better draft, and that's mainly because of because of the Lycan being on a timer until he runs out of steam, and then also the Ursa having a very difficult game. Like, he's playing against Gust, he's got Ice Path, he's got Glimpse, he's got Centaur who's going to reflect and that has speeds up his allies to run away. You know, Ursa doesn't really like going on Pudge that much. There's like quite a few issues with this Ursa, but we'll see. See how they go. Could be an excellent Ursa game. Might be able to make a lot of outplays. It just feels like if two teams smash into each other and both teams are the same level of skill, then it feels like Big Pharma will come out on top. That's how I like to think about it. You know, just to smash together, which one wins? I'd say Big Pharma.
Fantastic. All right, this will be an exciting game. Can't wait. Honestly.
Yeah.
This usually takes like a real long time to get into the match. Is it like a 2-minute period before? There we go.
I think it's usually pretty quick, but yeah, it's a strategy time, I believe.
Guess it just feels like a long time.
Yeah.
From an outside perspective.
It's pretty fitting for the grand finals. We'll see this now. 4 wins in a row on Lycan for TES Fanboy. Interesting.
That is
Got
very
some
interesting.
experience.
Alright, so I will introduce who is playing as who on both sides. First of all, on the Radiant side, we have the team, the one, the only Big Pharma. We've got Chessie's playing the Pudge, Alpha playing the Drow Ranger, Disruptor being played by Chris and Maurice. I'll probably just call him Chris for this match. Sweats Baguettes playing the Centaur War Runner, and finally Chick Hicks playing the Jakiro, position 5, I believe. Meanwhile, on the other side, or position 4, I'm not sure. Meanwhile, we have Wackadoodle on the side of Team Tam, Techno Viking on the Witch Doctor. Sorry, that was a tiny on the Wackadoodle, and Witch Doctor being played by the other way around. Techno Viking playing the Witch Doctor, not Witch Doctor playing Techno Viking. That would be kind of funny. Sun playing the Ursa, Otter Spotter on the Tusk, and finally, where are you? Tess Fanboy on the Lycan. Seeing that he's skilled the wolves up level 1. Very interesting. And they're going to group up here. 1 rune for each, maybe 2. At this rate. Not looking to engage so far, but they are ready if the enemy team is. Meanwhile, Test Fanboy all the way over here. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, I believe he's trying to get a good creep block off. So both teams just hanging around their respective water runes. You know, I think we had experience at least from the Team Tam side, they were talking a little bit about perhaps some nervousness, more for the interview but for the game, but still feeling a little bit, you know, it's grand final. It is grand finals after all in an actual league with real players. So, and then on the Big Pharma side, we just had a lot of farming, farming terminology, but I'm sure there is some nerves as well for both sides. So you can see them playing safe here, and yeah, just equal split, I believe.
Absolutely.
No, it's 3 for 1, I believe. Oh, no, it is 2 for 2, sorry,
okay.
yep. See the pressure coming out early bottom.
Yeah, that's right. I noticed that Tez Fanboy, he stayed all the way up top there, near his base, so he could block the creeps for as long as possible. Maybe make the lane a little bit more advantageous for him. Meanwhile...
Yeah, we are going to see these wolves getting shredded fast. Yeah, sorry,
Oh, yeah,
you were looking at top, I believe?
Yeah, top lanes. Yeah, Sweats is up against the Ursa and the Witch Doctor together. That could be quite deadly. If the Ursa jumps on someone who's maledicted, they're probably pretty dead, aren't they?
Yeah, that is one of the most annoying combos in the game. I would say Witch Doctor Ursa, just because of the scaling damage on both heroes. They do have a disruptive, very strong level 1 with the Thunderstrike, one of the best harassers in the game. You can see him just destroying he's destroying the harass game here. We see this lane ward down as well, giving really good vision. Great ward from Team Tam. Very bold, just out on the, not even near the trees, just right up in the middle of the lane. But looks like it's going to have its full lifetime here, giving vision. So
and they're already blocking that safe camp there as well.
Yeah. So we got the 6 and 3 on Drow and 5 on 2 on Ursa. So first wave seems to be both carries having a good time. We also almost see a courier snipe. Chris and Marie's taking a lot of damage.
That's right. Meanwhile, mid lane, Chessie, he's up against the Tiny. He's not doing too bad in terms of last hit. 7 though. Way ahead of the Tiny. Oh, a little bit lacking on denies though. And that's probably where the Tiny will get the advantage from. Well, Swiss Baguette's getting a little bit low there. Half his health, but he's got the regen to keep himself alive. And laning pretty happily. Alright. Gotta say, like I said before in the draft, the pressure's on this Drow not to get killed too many times in these probably very
first blood top,
rotations.
I believe.
Ooh.
Oh, Swiss Baguette's got the Maledict, but I don't think he took damage after he got it put on him. It was a little bit of a late Maledict on Techno Viking, unfortunately, so... he will survive, but he is also now on 170 health in the top lane. Oh!
Very true. Oh!
DC.
Okay. And experiencing some lag issues like I was before as well. My condolences. I was just noticing as well that Chris and Maurice, he was just right-clicking the Ursa down, hoping to get a return kill with that Thunderstrike damage as well. Pretty scary stuff.
We do see the CS advantage coming in for big farmers right now. 12 and 5 on Drow, 11 and 0 on Pudge. So it seems like at least purely on farm, there's a little bit of advantage. We do see less than a 1k net worth advantage as well. We've got Drow Ranger coming out as the 600 gold decides to buy boots first, I believe.
True.
And
just having a look. Yeah. Something likely died. Power cut. That's not good. Hopefully he doesn't have the bug and he can actually reconnect. But we'll take this opportunity to respond to this comment here. Why Center not play skill 1-2? It's killing lane for him, says So Close Yeet so far. Let's see that build. Yeah, it's 1-0-1 so far. Okay. Not sure. What's your analysis on that, McSkill?
It's kind of a really... Obviously, the idea of Centaur is basically if you're going to max 2, then you have to rush the Vanguard, rush heavy regen, and then you just out regen. Because if you can walk up to the wave and do 200 damage with double edge, and then just instantly regen the self damage off, then you can win the lane that way. The issue is, it is a little bit early to call it. It's only level 2, but the issue with this lane is more so that there's so much damage coming out with this Witch Doctor Ursa. It's such a strong combo. I played against it myself on my axe, kind of hell on earth. So.
Fair enough.
I do think the commenter is correct in assuming that the retaliate will not be very effective this lane. I think that's a very good call, very good shout from the chat. It doesn't feel like a lane where the retaliate will matter much at all.
Alright. Hope you can all collectively join me in prayer as we hope Sweat Spaghetti's rejoin soon. Dear Gaben, please and thank you. No bug, please. Update.
Whole house internet crashed.
Oh no. A great start
Hopefully
to the Australian
just a
Dota 2
reset router.
Update skill issue. All of Queensland, in fact. Okay. Wow. Well, we can blame the entire state of Queensland for this. Having a look at the other lanes, noticing that Chessie's is going for 2 points of rot early on. That's pretty typical for the core Pudge, is it not?
Yeah, if you're in the 1v1 melee matchup here, then you just get a 1 point and hook for killing range creep if the lane is bad, and then the rest of the time you're just getting a lot of rot and a lot of get one value point of flesh heap a little bit later as well. You don't really need to go the hook. It's not that great on mid specifically because there's not much space to kind of fan out and get good hooks from angles, and you just want to use your high. You know, he has 79 right now, and the 79 attack damage right now, and the game is 2 minutes 40 seconds in, so he's just going to be out CSing the tiny just by sheer attack. He has like a good backswing on his attack, and he has high damage, so not even that important to be honest. It's more of like the hero stats, and just like as long as he goes a fairly okay build, he'll have a fine time in this lane. Unless we see some ganks coming out in Team Tam and he gets a toss back into tower, and even then Pudge is pretty strong against that because of the flesh heap active that was added a few updates ago. So yeah, I'm assuming that the Pudge will take this one and it will just be a farm fest and it won't really be kills on either side.
Fair enough. Just learning how this smooth camera works. Maybe this is easier on the eyes for everybody. Click and drag. I like it. Anyway, a little bit of banter going out. Everybody's eager for Sweat Spaghetti to join as soon as possible. Might see a replacement here for Mr. British, who was originally not available. Oh, still getting those party invites. Oh, a reconnect. Ladies and gentlemen, is he back?
Entire state of Queensland infrastructure has recovered in the space of about 4 minutes, and we have
Thank
our Dota game,
God.
thank God, back on its feet.
They're ready to go. They've initiated the game once again. All right. Back to where we began. Didn't even get a chance to drink there. My bad. It's TS Fanboy, by the way. Getting pretty low here, but he's running back in towards the Jakiro. Now he's just going to leave, but he's barely alive. Kind of risky sticking around when the Drow can hit you with a couple of frost arrows there.
Yeah, we have 5 tangos on the tusk, so he'll mostly just be walking up and giving his mate some tangos to hopefully, yeah, there you go, stay in the lane. But these wolves are having a hard time. It's not a lane where the wolves have a free game at all. They're just getting killed immediately, which is more CS for Drow. So we see the tower pushing in now. Sorry, the wave pushing into the tower. Resummon some wolves. He has another shared tango in his inventory. They're gonna snowball on.
Yeah. Okay.
That's interesting.
Maybe just for space. Not sure on that. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication. We'll have
Yeah,
to
they
see.
definitely cannot go on this Drow. This is a kill lane for big farmers. Jakiro Drow, like you cannot. This is extremely difficult, especially with the advantage that they've built now. So Drow up to 18 CS in 4 minutes, decent pace. And we're just looking out for the pull here on Jakiro. He'll hopefully try and get the hard camp pull here. 355, good
There
timing.
you go. Well played, Check Hex. Just noticing as well, Wackadoodle doing a great job of harassing Chessies as much as possible, keeping him using that region. But, you know, being a Pudge, being as tanky as he is, that early point of Flesh Heap as well, he's going to be a-okay to stay in lane. Meanwhile, Ursa up top, taking a little bit of harass. He should be fine. Test Fanboy, however, wouldn't be so sure of all that damage over time, the dual breath plus the liquid fire. And he's right back where he started. So much
Yeah,
for the
this
shared
is so.
tangos.
It's almost worse to not die and just be at the tower on 100 health than it is to die in this lane. And I don't mean that lightly. Like it is, he has to buy a salve now. That's 110 gold. Like it's a little bit rough here for the
Indeed, and
Lycan. And Tusk having a hard time because Tusk can't snowball into this lane. He can't fight either. Tusk's level 3. Like he can't change the game for him.
That's right. Just being out of XP range has gotta hurt so much as the offlaner here.
So rotate mid. It's looking to kill Chesses on Pudge. They don't have vision. Okay, he sees him
There's
now.
the snowball. Wackadoodle will follow up with the toss and the avalanche combo. There's the first blood of the grand finals, ladies and gentlemen. Wackadoodle will take it. I'm gonna start pushing that
Very nice.
tier 1. Meanwhile,
Yeah, he got the level 6 on Tiny there. Wow.
yeah, there you go.
Cool.
He hasn't put a point yet in his ult, but opting for more points in his regular skills. Very interesting.
Yeah, you do see that sometimes on Tiny, just depending on the match, but we see the TP back. Chessis will try and get level 6. He kills the range creep with the rot, hooks the catapult close. Oh,
Very true. Well, yeah, while that was happening, Alpha was initiated on. Tez fanboy barely escaping. Will he be able to survive? Yes, he does. He's got that salve in his inventory as well. Probably will use that now. And Chick Hicks out of mana, not able to follow up. Very close there, but Drow's just a little bit out of position, a bit too close. And the snowball plus the ice shards and Lycan's typical right-click damage is enough to take him down. Meanwhile, Switzbergets, he's got the Maledict on top of him, but able to disengage there. He should be fine. Just noticing as well, Chessie's already half health once again after TPing back to lane. Once again, Wackadoodle, he threw his entire combo at him, but it's not enough to kill the punch.
He has the Ring of Health now. If he gets Cloak next, which it looks like he's got that, that's what he's queued up, then it will be hard for Harass to come out. But we'll probably see some rotates anyway. It's near the end of the laning phase.
There's
okay,
an ult
TP
coming out.
to save.
Oh, Wackadoodle, he's pretty low, but should be okay now that Tusk is here to save him. Look at that damage output. The toss plus the... I thought that was the Walrus Punch for a second, but it's just the tiny toss launching him into the air. And Otterspotter will take a kill for his team. That's the third kill for Team Tam, all up 7 minutes into this match. And look, the damage from Rot is there, 1500.
Right top.
But
Maledict on Disruptor, miss Stomp, but inside the static field can't follow up. Might still die from... What level is Maledict here? Level 2. Okay,
so
he'll
it's
probably
not going to
survive
be
just.
enough.
Yeah.
Look at that, 80 health to his name, but he should be fine. Meanwhile, a rotation up top, Pudge looking for an early kill. Both of these safe laners are pretty low. So it is healing up now. They'll be able to spot out the Witch Doctor. Yes, there you go. You're going to catch him. That should be the first kill. Big hook coming out. Oh, it's on cooldown. Oh no. But they get the kill anyway. Nicely done by the Disruptor to trap him in that static field and secure the kill for his team. Well,
Yeah, pretty standard rotate for level 6. Slight mistake by Sweatsbigget stepping up because then they got into insta-stun cast range, which is where you have two enemy heroes standing near each other and the cast just keeps bouncing. But you see ulti on Tiny, top rune spot.
Indeed, Wackadoodle. He's just going to tank that and return some damage of his own. The Avalanche, able to bring the Pudge down to half health, and the fact the Rot is doing so much damage to himself. The toss enough to kill him. And the mid laners kill each other there. Okay.
That is one of the interactions of all time. What a
Indeed.
entertaining fight. See the rotate. Disruptor's very happy about that.
In
Almost
fact-
level 5.5 from that. Yeah.
But while he's not there, Switzbergets is hurting. They initiated on him once again, not able to bring him down. Meanwhile, Tez fanboy paused. Setting. Which setting is he? Maybe some cheats? We'll see. Delaying again. Go when ready. There we go. Back to the match. Maybe just a little strategic pausing there as Lycan, he's finally reached level 6. He's got his shapeshift available. Just not the mana to use it. I like these rotations from Otterspotter as well. He's keeping his mid happy. And he's definitely
Yeah,
got the
this
advantage there.
Tusk blew the game open, brought around the 0-2 in the early stages of the game, but now it's 2-5. Still 1k, under 1k net worth advantage for Big Pharma, so fairly equal net worth wise.
Indeed. Although Disruptor, he's coming mid for his own little bit of
Stay.
rotation, but that's a lot of damage coming out. Chessie's, will he survive this? No, the hook, it landed on his own creep. The creep locked there. Finally, Otterspotter, he's TP'd back into mid, and he'll secure kill there for Wackadoodle once again. A double kill. This is a very scary Tiny at this point in the game. Oh my god, already got their power treads working on the Blink Dagger. He's going to be very happy there. Okay, can I get your analysis on what the hell just happened there mid?
Yeah, so Chessis ran into tower range, which Tiny's under the tower, so he has the extra HP and armor, which helps a lot, but he also started taking tower hits, and before he used his ulti, he didn't reset the aggro, so the tower was hitting him the whole time. Tiny already has a bit of a level advantage from the earlier fights. It's level 7 on Pudge, level 9 on Tiny, even though he was probably level 8 during that fight, but you get what I'm saying, it's an advantage, and unfortunately just tanks tower hits. It isn't a good fight at all. They don't have the damage from Disruptor because he's still level 5. Just not the best dive strategically, and with the rotates coming in with Tusk with his early game strength and the kills that he's already snowballed for his team, it just goes the way of Team Tam. So good rotates on Team Tam, and unfortunate misplay coming under the tower and getting tower hits on Chessis on the Pudge.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Way better analysis coming up from McSkill than I can ever do. All right. Just noticed as well the Lycan, he was farming this stacked camp here. Got a
Tiny
lot
coming
underneath.
bottom.
Yeah, true.
Oh, but he runs directly into the ward, unfortunate. The Tusk gets the D ward as he's running next to it. So he's like, I'm out of here. They saw me. They know what's going on.
There you go. He's just going to rotate back towards mid.
Chess is
chase
next to the
around
tier 2
Essex.
Dire Tower. What?
Yeah, he's just going to run through the Dire jungle here. Will he get caught up by Techno as well? In fact, he's running away. The center ult to keep him
There's a
alive.
into the race.
What is happening
This
here?
is a
Fourth
four-man
people.
rotate.
Alright, space created, I could say.
A
Meanwhile,
universe of space.
exactly. There you go. That should be a free tower there, top lane. Meanwhile, Test Fanboy, he just runs at the Chikira, able to pick up a free kill there with that shapeshift without anyone else in his lane to help him out. That's
Yeah, it's very difficult to land Ice Path on the Lycan when he's in shapeshift, and unfortunate Drow doesn't use the multi-shot, which would have killed him in the trees, but you never know about that. It's the Lycan, you assume he's just running away at the speed of sound, so Lycan does get out. Very nice play, very nice dive, knowing his own strength. We see top Maledict.
Yeah, but the Disruptor ult to cancel that Death Ward. And that's
Very
a
nice.
very dead Techno Viking there. That should be a dead, how do you say it, destroyed tower there? Any second
Yeah,
now
it's-
with that catapult. Meanwhile, Wackadoodle, he went bot while I wasn't looking. And he manages to use his Blink Dagger, which he's just picked up, and get a free kill on the Drow there.
Yeah, this is the kill squad now. These are the assassins. It's Tiny with the blink and Tusk having a good game. So this is a new danger. Big farmers will have a lot of trouble playing into this if they're not as a 5 and have like a very early ice path down to counter initiate. It's going to be quite difficult, especially with the underleveled on Pudge. See here top, there's a fight coming in. Ursa
there
coming
you
in to
go.
help.
It's the ult, but not much that the Ursa can do here. He's already
Good stomp.
ulted as well. The control comes out from the center and the disruptor. In fact, they're gonna bring him back. Will they get another stop? There's the center ult, the stampede to keep him
Oh, he's
slow.
dead as well.
That's a very dead Ursa. That's quite worth it. I wasn't sure what Big Pharma was doing up here in the Dire jungle, but it's turned out well for him. Meanwhile, Otter Spotter picks up another kill of the Drow. He's not having a good time right now as the Drow Ranger. The drag back, the glimpse into the Ice Path plus the stomp. A little bit of a stack on the stuns there, but Test Fanboy is probably very dead despite using his ult there.
Use the shapeshift,
Oh,
no.
that's 130 seconds, 125 second cooldown. He's not going to have that for quite a long time. His 3
Dies
times.
to Zoo under tower on Jakira, unfortunately. Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
the-
god, the Troll
Helm
Summoner
of
picking up
Dominator.
the kill there? Insane, what the hell? Just chasing down the Jakira, I assume. Meanwhile, Ursa, he's building his Battle Fury. He's got the Ring of Health and the Broadsword, but he's a bit away from the entire item. Jesse's getting chased
Yeah,
out.
he did go phase boot, so that does delay it a bit. It'll still be like a medium pace timing, but I don't think he's too mad this game. He's 0-1-1. He's got good. He's around the same level as Chessis, maybe one level less or so. So it's a good level of XP on the safe lane 1 for Team Tam. He's probably going to get his Battle Fury and have a pretty decent game here.
Indeed, looks
Sit
like.
right
Oh,
top.
they spot the Jakira who's just TP'd back up top to help out. Maybe do some D-warding, but catches all 4 members there of Team Tam without the Auto Spotter, of course. I think they were
Yeah, it
just
just goes to
mobilizing
that.
to smoke or something, and he is just unfortunate enough to be there at the wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, we see Smoker to see it on Tiny, so they definitely were trying to. What they're trying to do right now is they're trying to play across the Lycan strength. They know this is one of his strongest timings in the game. It's the Helm of Dom. He's going to upgrade it as well, and then it's just Death Ball time. You know, you got your summons.
That's right. Meanwhile,
Oh.
Auto Spotter, he's in the middle of 4. However, the rotation coming out. Techno Viking is going to be sent back thanks to the glimpse. And that's a very dead
Chess is dead, though.
task. Yeah,
Yeah.
Chessy's, he took the Maledict. And the final
That's
rebel
very
kill.
worth. Just very well
worth
played
indeed.
by Team Tam. Yep.
Meanwhile, top tower has been taken down while that action was happening down bot. Sun, he was also hitting the mid tier 1 as well. Nice work there by Team Tam, making sure to make plays across the map while one of their teammates is dying. We'll see Vanguard over there on the centaur, opting for that first before the blink. That's interesting. He does need that blink this game, especially in
He's gonna get
situations like
jumped
this.
here and-
Yeah, that maledict, that's gonna do a lot of damage. Plus the snowball, he's very
Oh,
dead.
it's
No,
good.
the disruptor, he got
Oh.
caught in the ice shards. That's not where you want to be. That's 2 kills extra for the wackadoodle Tiny.
Yeah, a little bit of save your body syndrome there, running into melee range of the centaur when he's a support. It's ranged, like it's just a little bit of try and get close to you, try and lay down some abilities to get them off you. But he's well dead on centaur, way out of, unfortunately a little bit out of position.
Indeed.
So
Meanwhile, Chessie's, he's getting controlled. Wow. Well played by Test Fanboy there to hurricane that Pudge back into the claws of the Lycan there.
Radiant's middle tower just got smashed
there's
all
not
down.
yeah,
Also,
they're
actually
getting
doing-
likened right now. This is a cheese. We heard a little bit from Team Tam that they are playing against the cheese, but now they're running cheese themselves, and they're saying ours is more fermented. We've got better cheese than you. This is a lichen. Like, say hi.
We got the blue cheese, meanwhile you just got cheddar. Okay, nice snowball coming in from the hotspotter to save his Ursa buddy. Sweats Baguettes is a little bit out of position now. Wackadoodle running right on in there. And another hurricane coming up. This
Hurricane.
Wild Wing Ripper. He will die for his sins, but securing 2 kills for Team Tam.
Oh, that's rough.
The
Dropped
value.
3 abilities on the Tiny when he has the haste rune up. Didn't even need to use that blink to get in on the centaur, just ran straight in.
Indeed.
The 550 or so move speed just stuck to max, and he sees the blink up now. He's got Ogre probably going for BKB next, I'd assume. We'll see. No, just Echo Saber, so I'm in a fight. I'm going to hit harder. Interesting.
There you go. Pretty strong for Tiny
Pretty
getting
common
that
choice.
second hit
Yeah.
almost immediately. Meanwhile, smoke coming out for 3 from Team Big Pharma here. Who are they looking for? They could have spotted Lycan if they went left. In fact, they might do so anyway. Test Fanboy, he's all by himself. No shapeshift. This is probably a very dead Lycan. Well worth it for Team Big Pharma here. Nice work. There you go. Stacking the stuns appropriately.
Radiant might want to haul some ass down
Very
there.
Gets the
well
D-ward.
played. Yeah. Meanwhile, Wackadoodle, no, they stayed around for a little bit too long there, and that's 2 supports already being traded there for the Lycan's life. Spotter and Tiny Wackadoodle there on
Gets
the
tossed in
run
one.
against
This
this.
is coming way to switch blink, and then, yeah, it's...
There you go, there's the blink. Avalanche toss. 3 for 1. Oh, it looked so good, but I guess they just stayed around a little bit too long for that D ward. Nice.
It's just the Helm of Dom creep is still so tanky right now. Like, it's not an ancient creep or anything, but 1800 HP, 20 health regen. They try and kill it thinking, you can kill this very fast. They can't kill it very fast. It gives them vision. They get the triple stomp, and then the follow up with the snowball.
Indeed. Meanwhile, yeah, Sun, he's initiated against the bottom lane here, but going to be pushed back.
Yeah,
Nice
Alpha getting
control
spider
of that chick.
senses. This isn't our turn. This isn't our fight. We need to TP out run now. They don't. Neither of them TP.
Oh no, they're stuck around as well, and meanwhile, Autospotter, he's rotated all the way, ran from top lane all the way down to bot there in order to secure that kill with his snowball for his Ursa there. Double kill. Well worth it to stick around there for Ursa. Meanwhile,
Yeah, it's such a hard part of the map to play, this bottom area here for Radiant. There's a reason that a lot of people abandon it after the laning stage. Both teams will try and move to play in each other's jungles, so the classic case of your safe lane carry going to safe lane jungle and might tell them don't go there, goes there, unfortunately gets ganked, and then you see a lot of safe lane carriers will switch to the Radiant triangle at the top of the map and say I'm going to play with my team. So it's not quite what happened there, but you get my point. Like the bottom
like this entire
Radiant
zone
jungle,
here
yeah,
is just danger.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
There you go. Alright, Team Tam, they're gripping up once again. Spotting out
Gonna go
this
for this
Roshan.
Roshan.
Okay.
Yeah, level 12 on Ursa.
There you go. I was wondering when he's going to initiate that fight. But the hook coming out from Chess is pulling the Ursa out of the pit. The stomp is there as well. It does connect, in fact. And that's a dead Ursa. The big disruptor of controlling the fight. However, the Radiant side is dying to the Maledict. Plus the damage from the rest of Team Tam. Wackadoodle being brought back. The Jakira ult to follow. Is that a dead Witch Doctor on
Oh,
the
this
side?
is massive if he dies here.
Oh, he did. That's
Holy.
a 10 times kill streak finished. Going all that money.
To the drow.
Going to the trial. Yeah, that's huge. Great
900
investment of gold there. And that Roche attempt turned sour pretty quickly.
Yeah, one crucial point that I want to point out there is that there was a dismember coming out on Ursa, and when Tiny jumped in for the counter initiate, the avalanche did not hit the Pudge, so the Pudge continued his ulti, and that's how Ursa died. You know, wasn't able to get his enrage off. He was expecting the bailout, and it was a bailout. It was a blink in avalanche, but it just did not interrupt the Pudge. So he dies. Drow has the high ground. Drow's been AFK farming this whole time. 154 CS on Drow. Believe would be, is it highest net worth on Drow? Yeah, 10.6k, so about 700 higher than the Tiny, and they don't, that now they don't get Roche, so very, very important kind of pivotal point in the game. Big farmers hold on is my summary of that fight.
There you go, and looking at what he's queued up there, he's going for the Yasha into the early Manta style, I believe. So, going to put that money to good use, hopefully.
Yeah, you see that early Hurricane Pike expecting to get snowballed on, expecting to get blinked on. Just needs to get some kite out and playing against Ursa here. Likely what's going to happen. Yeah.
Ooh, looks like Chessie's, he's got his Ags now. The last staff of wizardry is on the way to him on the courier. Meanwhile...
Yeah, only 7 flesh sheep stacks, but this is the point of the game where you do feel very strong as Pudge regardless. As long as you don't instantly get bursted, you just do so much damage and so much slow that he'll feel good fighting here, even though he's a tad under-leveled on the Pudge. His counterpart's level 14, he's level 12, but yeah, we'll see.
Hang on.
See him playing
But
this.
his courier went back. It's still got the staff in it. What? He hasn't completed the Axe. Oh, he's just realized that he's sending that back. Oh, he just needed the raindrops as well. Oh, he's gonna be without his Axe for this fight. The Disruptor immediately getting picked off. There goes the Centaur as well. Nicely done by Team Tam to rotate into this jungle once again. They're claiming it for their side. For sure. I've seen this a lot though in recent matches where Dire Team just camps the Radiant jungle and there's not much that Radiant can do about it.
Yeah, there's so many places to place vision. As soon as you get the tier 2, you can take the outpost. It's difficult to rotate there on Radiant, and you're not rotating. You see even in these tier 2 TPs that they're doing on Radiant, they have to stay in the trees here. It's just such a hard place because you're fighting against a high ground here. So this is actually really bad. I would prefer big farmers to get out here, but we'll see the jump.
Yeah, Chipek's in a lot of trouble. In fact, he's dead almost immediately. He does bite back though. Meanwhile, Chessie, he gets a good ult off, but he's taking so much damage from that Death Ward, not able to find the hook as well. Techno Viking on that killing spree. Alpha Kenny 1 though, picking off the Tusk on the side there. Let's see the damage output. Look at that, 3k damage from the Pudge, so he didn't go down without a fight. But go down indeed he did. Oh, just noticed the shard on the Drow as well.
Yeah, it's just slightly synchronicity wasn't quite there for big farmers. They wanted to rotate and fight it, but they didn't get everyone in. Drow showed up late and just threw it a single E and killed the Tusk, so there was a trade at least, but Chess is dead again. If they could have all 5 there and have the... Unfortunately, Stampede still in cooldown from the last fight, so just the lack of mobility meant that they couldn't rotate in correctly to counter-initiate, and goes the way of Team Tam. Well played by them. Now 5k net worth advantage. What do we have out here on Tiny? So he is going to go the BKB next. So just wants to get rid of this, just sick of this Disruptor spells, sick of the Jakiro spells, wants to be the frontliner. So also going BKB, so it looks like we're going to have a really strong timing coming out, and Blink Daggers for big farmers is what they're looking for. So we see it on Centaur, and oh, Pudge just switched off it. Now he's going Shivas. Interesting. So he's switched around.
Just noticing as well, Tessa's doing a great job here of using the wolves to scout out. They do spot this particular one, but before I was looking at the wolf that was just following behind the Disruptor, not even attacking or anything, just move commanding on the Disruptor and just following him around.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, he's got a kind of Beastmaster thing going where he's using his summons purely for vision, especially, of course, as the wolves get a little less value as the game goes on. So just use them for vision. Very well played from TS Fanboy. He has the Black King bar as well. Yeah. So he's got the upgrade now. He's got the Helm of the Overlord. Only 3 items in his inventory. Looks very blank, but deceptively strong. He's about to hit this level 14. We see a missed hook and a missed ice path, unfortunately, for Techno Viking. He has the Shadow Amulet. He's going into the Glimmer, and yeah, game continues to go this way. It is only a 6k net worth advantage, but most of the net worth on Radiant is coming from Drow. Next highest is Pudge, and Pudge is not having the best game here, 5 and 10 on Chesses, so won't be getting the Shivas anytime soon if he continues to build towards that. We see 4 stuff coming out on Jakiro, Sweat Spaghetts.
Yep, that's what he's got queued up.
Straight shifts.
Oh, Oh, they're chasing down. They know Alpha is in this area. The Drow's doing his best to fight back using the Mantis Cell, but he's quick to die to the claws of Team Tam. And a lot of claws there are. I mean, between the Ursa and the Lycan, that's a lot of right-click damage coming out. Didn't even
Yeah.
need the timing.
Valiantly tried to use the Manta style to dodge. I think it dodged the Ursa Q. I'm assuming he wanted to dodge the Snowball. Regardless, it was just a very dead Drow. Very unfortunate place to be. Got pincered on. They had the vision advantage as well, I believe. So, unfortunate, just a little bit away from his team. Just trying to get some farm down, and very well played by Team Tam. Immediately recognized that. They pile in on him. He just doesn't have a chance, no matter how well he plays. So now up to 7k. The highest farmer on Big Farmers is dead. He looks to be building his Black King bar, and a good season for farming is a little bit far away now.
True that. Looks like Roche is going to be attempted once again. I was going to think, I would like to see a gem coming out, maybe for Otter Spotter here as well, just while this team is pushing into this high ground as well. Meanwhile, Chessie's managing to pull the Ursa out once again. Sweat Spaghetti is not long for this world. There you go. 2 dead on the side of Big Pharma. However, 2 dead in return. In fact, make that 3 as Techno Viking falls as well. Wackadoodle, he's going to try his best against Disruptor here. Going to be pulled back into the Disruptor. Oh, controlled once again. Drow, will he be able to get another kill? No, not able to get the chase. The haste rune is there for Wackadoodle. And wow, what a fight. 3 for 3 there. Let's see that fight recap once it's there. There we go. The damage coming out. Tidy. Putting out 3.2, but it's not enough to wipe the entire team there. He only got a few kills from what I believe. In fact, 1 went towards the Drow. That was the 3 times killing spree, so he's getting a lot of shutdown gold here. So nice work for Drow there.
Yeah, you see Big Farmers just with the Pudjags in comparison with the sorry, not in comparison, in congruence with the Macropie. They still have so much magic damage. Ursa still only has 1600 HP. He doesn't have any like resistance or stat resist items. Just burns down to the Jakiro. They're playing from the high ground as well because they're trying to siege outside of the Roche. So Jessis recognizes the Roche is happening, gets the hook on the Ursa. Almost essentially the same thing as last time. Just throw in spells. Pudge takes slightly too long to die, and still, as I said, the timings are strong on him. He does a lot of damage before he goes down, and they do hold off the Roche again. It is only still quarter HP, so maybe Team Tam will look to try and kill it again. But yeah, well played by both sides. Pretty equal, mostly equal trade, I'd say. BKBs, did they use any BKBs? They used it on Tiny, I know. It's back off cooldown, okay.
Ursa
Yeah,
just
Tiny
got a
down to his
new
8-second
BKB as
BKB.
well. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
that's a fresh BKB there on the Ursa. 9 seconds.
Yeah, so he's
Ooh.
feeling a lot better now. This is his strength. He's like, okay, no more GQ. I'm sick of the ice path. I'm sick of the spells. I'm just going to go take Roche. If they hook me, I'm going to BKB. And,
Oh, he gets hooked again. Chessie's with the spider sense. Able to notice something's up, and he hooks the Ursa out once again. However, this is not turning out well for him. He dies. Switz Baguette's not long for this world either. The Death Ward doing so much damage to him. In fact, he's dead as well. Meanwhile, the rest of his team gets cleaned up there. Was that a killing spree again for Wackadoodle? Oh my god, they're going to take this opportunity, this complete wipe there to take Roshan and give the Aegis to Ursa.
Well, warm when they kill
Ursa Magnet Hook, indeed.
Yeah, the MVP for that fight there was definitely Wackadoodle on Tiny. They do have the choke point, they have the arse path down, but with the BKBs it's mostly nullified. They still do take a lot of damage. There was a point between where the Tusk and Witch Doctor were close to dying, but Wackadoodle recognizes that what Drow wants to do is sit backline and just rain in this damage that she has, so blinks forward, just starts slapping the Drow with the giant tree. I think it's branch, but with the skin it's different, and
Yeah.
just forces her back. She doesn't get to hit. She doesn't get to hit at all, and by that point, the rest of Team Tam flowing forward into the high ground. They no longer have they're no longer on the hill. They're no longer in the choke point, so they can fan out a little bit. And most of Big Farmers is on the way out. So very well played by them. They get the 5-man wipe even under Radiant Vision, and now they have the Aegis and an 11k net worth advantage.
Indeed. So Drow, she's still up the top there. 16k net worth, but the rest of the team not looking so hot there, unfortunately.
Yeah, I am a bit curious about this Team Tam high ground push. It'll be interesting to see how they play against the hook and the Drow, especially since they have the bailout with the Stampede, which is coming off cooldown in about 1 second. So it's going to be an interesting high ground, quite difficult to fight into. You know, Jakiro, Disruptor, as I said earlier, again the hook. So I'll be interested. They have the Aegis on Ursa for another 3.5 minutes. He hasn't scheduled up anything to buy, but he's got 2.5k. It looks like they're just going to try and take towers on Team Tam, get some offensive vision down, and move into take this push.
Indeed. Notice as well there's a Shadow Blade on the Tiny. Ooh, using the BKB to prevent being pulled back. Meanwhile, Chelsea's on the side. He took out Techno Viking. He was a little bit out of position, but this Ursa is on the run. Will they be able to find the hook there? There's no blink on this Pudge. But there is on the Centaur, just barely missing. Oh, he finds the hook. That's insane. Max range. And the Ice Path to follow the Blade Mail, doing a lot of reverse damage back to the Ursa. Chris and Marie's dying in the middle of that thanks to the Lycan. And Sun just jumping into the backline. Alpha just has to get on out of there as his team is falling apart around him. I believe Centaur managed to escape with his life, or did he buy back? Oh my god. Yeah, it was the Witch Doctor buying back. Okay. So the only survivor being the Centaur there. What?
Yeah, really well played by Team Tam here. You see they're fighting, they chase the Ursa and chase the Ursa and chase the Ursa. He uses BKB to get away from the glimpse, which is how he survives initially, but now he's used both his range and BKB. And they chase him a little too far. There's the Dire outpost right there. TP's in, buyback from Witch Doctor to TP in. They get spells off and the fight just turns from there. They have the BKBs, they're still very strong. Essentially just to smash together of teams, and from the advantage and the net worth advantage, Team Tam outplay, out hit, and manage to get on the Drow, and she can't fight anymore and her teammates are dead. So very well played by Team Tam. Good counter initiate. A little bit of too long of a chase from Big Farmers, I'd like to say, and they get the top racks off of it here.
Indeed, they did manage to take the Aegis, but after that it was it all fell apart, I guess. And
Yeah.
just having a look at the items again, we've got, yep, the Blade Mail on Pudge, the Hood of Defiance, still aiming for that Shivas though. Well, look at the value on the Spirit Vessel on the Tusk here, 14 charges still. It's going to be a while before those run out. Meanwhile, Glimmer Cape on Techno Viking, there's the Silver Edge coming out for the Tiny. What's he looking to break here on the enemy team? Mostly the Pudge, right?
Yeah, you can break a few things here, like Centaur, I suppose, but I think the Silver Edge is more just because the item is so good that at this point, with the patch, it's a little bit stale. Everyone's figured most of it out. It feels like Silver Edge specifically, you just get this Crystallis, you get move speed and invis out of the Shadow Blade. It's just a really strong item in general, so you can kind of just buy it even if there's no particular, even if you're not playing against a spec or some other hero that you need to break. So you see the 17,000 net worth advantage here. Ursa's got Abyssal finish, which is going to be a massive timing. I believe that's what they want to take high ground. Another haste rune on the Tiny. Third one this game, I believe. He is having a lot of fun running around.
Yeah, with that blink and the haste. He's
and you see,
all at once.
Yeah, Big Farmers are now playing the high ground game properly. They've lost the last 2 or 3 fights, even with taking the Aegis, which was mostly due to the Blade Mail and the Pudge as well, so Ursa's a little bit more ready for that this time. And yeah, a bit of a perhaps a difficult push. 20k net worth advantage is nothing to scoff at, but there is potential for some good turnarounds here on Big Pharma.
Indeed, it's going to be very hard to push this high ground, like you said, against the Ice Path, the hooks, everything that Big Pharma have available. Might just be sitting around waiting for the second Aegis, kind of like throttling Radiant side to stay in their base. We'll have to see what Big Pharma chooses to do about this. They do have smokes available if they did want to possibly take out this Witch Doctor. He's a little bit far ahead of his team. Just for a second there, we'll have to see if anything happens. Looks like both teams are content to keep on farming. Look at that, 4-staff coming out for the Tusk as well. Very utility based. Do you think at this point you start buying damage on the Tusk, or...?
No, I think the Tusk this game is mainly just... there's enough damage on Team Tam with the Tiny Ursa and a little bit of the Lycan coming in, I think, most this time. But they see the break on Centaur against the passive.
Yeah, there you go.
Punch very well placed with the stuns.
There's a tip coming out as well by his own teammate. Oh,
Team
no.
tip.
What? Alright. You love to see it. Nice hook, Chessie, says J-Bud. Is indeed. He's been getting some pretty good hooks in there, so Very well played there, Chessies, but we'll see if he can hook someone into the base now. Should be...
Yeah, he did not use Stampede on Centaur. It might be because he was stunned and he was mashing it, but it's good regardless. Like if he was saving or if he meant to use it, it's still good that they still have it because now he can respawn and go, and he has the Wraith Pact now. Still a decent item despite the nerfs, and 22k net worth advantage. It's nothing but climbing. I'm probably going to assume that the Team Tam jump is probably an Ursa blinking with the Abyssal because he does have that now. He's currently Dire Triangle still farming. He's building that Satanic, so good amount of sustain again. A bit of a purge in case he gets silenced or hit by Jakiro. And yeah, level 19 on the Drow going Daedalus, so interesting. Very good amount of damage coming out there. Only the BKB and Manta for save right now. Oh, Hurricane Bug as well. I suppose the Drow most of this game has been building very strong items, I feel. But we see the Glimpse down.
Oh, the Pudge, he misses the hook, unfortunately, as close. But no cigar as Tusk, though, he's caught in that Static Storm for the full duration and dies to it. Wackadoodle, half his health, but he'll be okay. Look at the damage output in such a short duration. 4k damage from this Pudge, so still putting out so much magic damage.
Yeah, he just doesn't have the HP for it. He has 2400 and he's healing there off the ulti, but Tiny walks up and hits him once even without the tree throw active, and Tiny's doing 600 damage or so, like 5... What is this? Yeah, like 560 or so. So he just bonks him on the head, Pudge dies, doesn't get to heal up, and the fight is over from there. Do kill the Tusk, but it's just a Tusk. He's fine with that. Again, 23k now, so advantage just building a little bit. I wonder if they want the Satanic on Ursa. They're very close to it, 300 away on the Morbid Mask. It's the last thing to be built. Also getting the tier 4 neutral items coming in, but I'm assuming Team Tam will be saying, okay, Ursa's, I want this item, I want this item. They've got full control of the map. They can just keep farming it up, keep building this advantage state. And the Roche, they've got the creep in there as well on the Lycan waiting for the Roche respawn.
Just seeing the chat right now, report Otter. What did Otter do? Poor Otter Spotter getting the slack there. Stone Dog win. Stone
Roshan respawn.
Oh, that it did. Nice, spotted up by the Lycan Ancient Creep here. Meanwhile, they're going to pick off a kill before initiating this Roche fight. Getting rid of Chessies before he can hook out the Ursa once again. And Ursa's going to smoke his way to Roche now. Meanwhile, Big Farmer, without their Pudge, they're probably not looking to fight here. They're going to concede this Roche. In fact, they might not even be aware it's happening right now. As there you go. Roshan taken down in a split second thanks to the amount of damage that they've got. And he takes the shard as well. Alright.
Yeah, very strong on Ursa. He's really feeling this. I think Ursa this game is mostly feeling that his main opponent is the Drow. He can get bailed out if Pudge goes on him pretty easily by his team. He's feeling mostly that he wants a ton of different... He wants the Purges for the silence with the Satanic. He has the blink for mobility. He wants the status resist on the Earthshock with the shard here. He mostly just doesn't want to get out of position and kill it very quickly. So he's built to that nature. He's got 3000 HP. Got the Satanic now. BKB in backpack. You know you're in a good spot when it's 38 minutes in and you have BKB in your backpack. So he's going to take this wave here, pushing bot. And the push begins for Team Tam, now at 27k net worth advantage.
Oh, that max range hook almost connected the Ursa. Just barely dodging it with the Earthshock. Good God. So, if you were a big farmer right now, what would you do to salvage the situation maybe and, like, turn this game around?
You can kind of count on the Tiny or Ursa going in first, so you can try and bait that and play behind the Drow, but you also have, as you see here, the Tusk is also coming in to initiate, so it's kind of just landing good gusts and trying to survive for as long as possible for whoever's tanking the blinks, and then you just have, as long as Drow is not dying, she'll be putting out incredible damage. So you can put Pudge up the front. You can even put like someone like Jakiro who has buyback up the front if you want to just sack a support for the vision's sake and get some spells out. That sort of thing. We see the snowball here.
Alpha
BKB on Drow.
BKB, yeah, returns with the Gus. He's going to throw out as much damage as possible, but the bash is there from the Ursa. He's jumped on in. The Disruptor ult not caring too much about that, and he takes down Person Maurice. Meanwhile, Switz begets dead as well to the tiny damage, but they take down the Lycan, and the Chicks Hicks is salvaging this as much as possible, and Dire trading a lot of health for 3 kills there. might be able to continue pushing here. Oh, the buyback from Chessie's. He's angry. He wants to fight once again. Sun though.
This is very deep on Ursa.
He's very deep. That's the Aegis gone. He's going to swap out that blocking bar right back into his backpack. Meanwhile, Wackadoodle taking so much damage there. Okay, Sun is all by himself. The rest of his team has left him. He's going to try and run away, but is the hook going to be there? The creeps? Will they block? No, he blinks away. Unfortunate. Not able to find the hook there. And the Ursa manages to escape. He was so deep underneath the tier 4s there, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's the sort of the position that you dream the enemy Ursa to be in, but unfortunately doesn't have the rot turned on when the BKB runs out on the Ursa. It doesn't take any ticks of damage, manages to get the blink off. There's always that kind of second thoughts thing with the hook of is he going to dodge left or dodge right, so Chessus waits maybe 1 or 2 seconds when the hook's off cooldown to throw it, or when he's outside of the creep wave, sorry. And yeah, Ursa gets the blink away. Not too bad of a fight. It went far better than I expected for a 25k or so net worth advantage when that fight took place.
Indeed.
It was 3 dead on Big Farmers, but they almost killed 2 heroes on Team Tam, and I don't mean almost. I mean like they were on like 50 HP. Like it was very, very
yeah,
close.
that was so
and the
close
Witch
to
Doctor died. So
yeah.
they also did not take much building damage. They took 400 on the mid tier 3, but gonna see the rinse repeat here. 20 seconds on the BKB for Ursa, but it looks like they might be shaping up to push again soon. They certainly are maintaining this advantage state. They're sticking around in the Radiant jungle. They've got an excuse me, they've got an Observer Ward in the top Radiant triangle there, which Tiny's now going into. He's also going Satanic. Interesting. So it looks like Team Tam are saying like, you know, guys, we still killed 3 of them. We got a good amount of, like a decent chunk of building damage. We can just immediately respawn and go again. There's no need to stick around. And so another 3rd team tip coming out from Chick Hicks on the Jakiro.
He's
time for
handing this out.
Chessus.
He's oh, maybe I can't say this on YouTube, but you know when you're at a club, an adults club, and you're throwing out money. That's what he's doing with his team there.
Well, you know what? Big Farmers will get some. They will get some battle points. Sorry, what are the points called in this game? What the?
I think you're right. Battle points.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they will get those because the tips do give those, which for some reason not that many people know, but you do actually get
50,
points out of people
yeah.
tipping you. 50 at a time. So they will get something out of this final, even if this game goes to, unfortunately, Team Tam's way. Or fortunately for Team Tam, if you're a Team Tam fan.
We'll call that the unofficial reward.
Yeah, there you go.
Alright.
I mean, 43 minutes. They were the underdogs coming into this. Sorry, I would say so. So 43 minutes is nothing to scoff at. But the game is not over yet. Let's keep that in mind. The game is not over yet. 33k net worth lead. It definitely looks, you know, win probability is no doubt heavily in Team Tam's favor. But it's not over yet.
Indeed. I mean, they're doing a solid job of defending this high ground, especially with the abilities that they've got access to. And yeah, it's going to be a bit of a struggle for Team Tam to break this high ground, especially with no Aegis. So I'm going to wait for that Roshan respawn once again. Looks like it's going to
Yeah,
be
we have 2
early
timings
again.
coming out. We have the Heaven's Halberd and Lycan coming out, and then we had a BKB on Tusk, I believe. Let me check that. Yeah, he does have a BKB on Tusk. And then you see on Drow's responding to the Satanics coming out. She's building the Skadi ASAP. So she has the gold right now. She's probably just waiting to have buyback and be able to buy it. Ursa has overtaken her on the net worth, as you'd expect, with the 31,000. What is he building right now? Okay, so he just upgraded into Swift Blink. Pretty standard. Wants to save a slot. Still had the blink there. You know, get some extra agi, get the added attack speed and movement for it. The phased as well. So mostly repeating the last 10 minutes, just the advantage state, just keeping Big Farmers in their base, and yeah.
That's it indeed. Alright, minute 30 until Roche respawns. Is there a creep to watch for it like last time? There is not. So they might not be aware of this early respawn. They're just going to keep throttling Radiant as much as possible, keeping them inside the high ground. Where I'm pretty sure Big Pharma wants to be at this point in the game. I think there's an invisible line, and they do not want to step across it for fear of a Tiny and Tusk, and even a Lycan on top of them there.
Yeah, you see that the two sentries placed by Dire trying to catch the Radiant wards, and unfortunately the only Radiant ward is actually top, so 2 out of 3 lanes covered, but the one that wasn't covered, Radiant do have a ward add-on, however it's just a lane ward, the creeps are crossing across that place now, so not that useful, they still have control of the high grounds on the Dire, still farming up the map, and yeah, I'd be interested to see if Big Farmers ever thought about going for a smoke or anything like that. They haven't done that yet, like smoked out of the base, but as a result, the net worth lead is building. So maybe they feel that they're waiting for this comeback fight. You know, the other fight was very close, as I said. Maybe with the Skadi on the Drow, it could be the fight that they're looking for. Does Pudge have Shivas? Pudge does have Shivas now. Oh, hook on Witch Doctor.
Ooh, listen, could be a big fight though. Chessie's taken a lot of damage from this, but he should be a-okay. Even the Maledict proc not going to affect him too much. Meanwhile, Technoviking did fall immediately. Ursa, he's a bit low, but he pops the Satanic, turns around and heals from the Centaur. He should be a-okay. Chris and Maurice, he dies to the tiny axe, whatever that ability is called, the tree volley. Oh, there's going to be a lot of damage coming out from that. And that's 2 dead on the side of Big Pharma, trading for the Witch Doctor there.
Yeah, everything used on Ursa, so he has the 60 seconds till Black King bar comes back up, but you're generally pretty happy with that. On Team Tam, you do have a 1k net worth advantage that's come up from that fight, so 37 to 38k. Pretty, doesn't really matter that much when you are 38,000 in front anyway, but another good fight. I would like to see a little bit more pushing coming out. The game is sort of stalemated. Maybe we'll see that when Witch Doctor comes up. They do have the Radiant Outpost captured, so you can TP straight to there and just resume the push. All lanes are still coming in. They still have good visions, so... Oh, okay, so shielded the courier on Drow while it was running through there, because they did see it, so very well played. Saved the Eye of Skadi from getting sniped, which would have been 5,300 sunken net worth.
Oof.
That was crazy. That was actually quite a big play that just happened.
Wow, Alpha keeping himself in this game here. He's still got that buyback as well. Just having a look at the chat in the meantime. Give us Stone Doggo or we riot? I have no idea what you're talking about. Stone Doggo, do you have any idea? Mixed skills?
Don't look now, but Radiant's
Oh, I'm not sure, sorry. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, no idea. You'll have to be a little bit more specific there. Usually Rapier Drow, but there is no way she lives, says Burnsy. At this point, would you buy a Rapier on Drow, or is the Skadi
If you
a
had
better idea?
Satanic, you can buy Rapier on Drow if you have Satanic. Otherwise, the risk is kind of high. Just because of the tree volley and the way that there's an Abyssal and Ursa, and they don't have a Lotus or some other way to, they don't have a Linken's for Drow. So it is a little bit, they're in the base. This is in the context of you're trying to win the game with the Rapier as well. So obviously, if you're in the base and you're just sticking around in the base and the Rapier feels great, but this is like they need to go push after this with the Rapier. So then there's a whole different ball game. So no Satanic on Drow yet. Just going the anti lifesteal with the Skadi. Hoping to continue playing this base defense. Rapier could still be very good because she has the Daedalus, but that would be... She does have 6,000 gold already. Holy... Wow. That's a...
Quite significant, yeah.
500
wow.
CS, yeah. I felt like she just bought the Skadi and she now has 5,000 again, but...
Like
yeah, we may see that later.
Okay, a fight
Good
has
force
been
off.
initiated. The Otter Spotter Tusk going
kick
straight in, the kick back. Alpha, oh, he has to keep on running. The Tusk shards are not going to connect there, but Gust back the Lycan, keep himself alive. Sunsun, meanwhile, taking out 2, but immediate buybacks coming out
Ursa
from Big
out of
Pharma.
position.
Oh, in fact, he is the Disruptor ult, keeping him there, and that's the Aegis gone. Meanwhile, Wackadoodle and Otter Spotter in the middle of the tier 4 towers. They're fighting for their lives. An Ultra Kill coming out from Ursa here. Sunsun having a great time here. Will he get the Rampage as the 2 more buybacks? Yes, he does. He gets the Rampage, killing off the Disruptor somehow.
Double Rampage.
And there, double Rampage coming out for Ursa. Tez Fanboy, he's taking a lot of damage. Will he die? No, the Drow might die. Ooh, using those Manta Illusions to dodge the Ursa for a little bit. In fact, he gets a return kill. That's the Ursa gone for 100 seconds. Tez Fanboy and Witch Doctor are gonna run on out of there. Wackadoodle, he's alive. He took down the bottom tier 3 tower in the meantime. And oh my god, what a fight. 2 alive here for Big Pharma. I believe they both used buy. Oh, Chikiro, he didn't use his buy. Oh no, wait, he did. Sorry, he's still got money for the buyback, but It is on cooldown for 7 minutes. Meanwhile, Drow Ranger has his buyback available still. Oh my
Yeah,
god, let's
no,
check
they're
out
just
his
having
buyback status.
damage issues. It's quite hard on big farmers right now. They just have damage issues. It feels like Drow is the only one who's still a hero. The Pudge has well and truly fallen off. He only has the Shivas. He does still have Ags, but it's 50 minutes in. You know, you're not feeling that threat and bite anymore. Also dies quite quickly, and they've just been outscaled here. So the Drow, they get quite a good static storm off. They get quite a few good ultis off, and very well kited by Alpha Kenny with the 4 staffs. See, they're going in for the megas here.
That's right.
Macropire
There's
down,
the
but
BKB
Tiny
getting
is just
caught.
going to BKB and hit. Yep.
He's taking a lot of damage, but I think that's pure damage Macropire at this point in the game. Meanwhile, ooh, Techno Viking, he's playing with fire there. It's a little bit close, but he's going to walk on out. That's Megas. Mega creeps for Team Tam.
Yeah, Team Sam just playing smart. You know, Tiny is one of the best sieging heroes in the game, bar none. He's hitting for 700. You know, he's like, probably saying in comms like, don't worry guys, I'm just gonna BKB get megas. He does exactly that. He tanks himself, tanks the Drow to about 40% HP. He has 5,000 HP because of the overwhelming blink. He's got the Reaver and he's got the Satanic as well. So quite a lot of health to be able to do that. Just tanks the Drow, waltzes back out. Witch Doctor almost gets caught out as well, but it's megas. You know, Big Pharma's not feeling great about the chances. There's still 3 towers up on Dire, so if the game continues the way it does with just this base, this turtling strategy, yeah, we'll see a Team Tam victory probably within the next 2 fights.
Fair enough. Just clarifying for you, the chat has informed me Stone Doggo is like an Ag's Tiny. So with that wolf bite there, if you put that on the Tiny, that would be pretty interesting there.
Oh, so the PSG LGD thing.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
looks
Yeah,
like
from a
he's
few years back.
actually
I didn't know that was still. Wow. Yeah, no, that's, you know, they had the Christmas tree skin on in that tournament, so that was quite terrifying. It was just sparkly lights and it was just this Tiny sprinting around with that. So
That's right. There you go. There's the
yeah.
wolf bite available now, so we might see the Stone Doggo, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Meanwhile, Last Hope Rapier says Burnsy needed, apparently. Can't say worth it in that fight. Meanwhile, Autospotter, he goes in, gets the kickback. Alpha, he's out of position, gets stunned up by the Ursa. Will have to buy back here immediately. Meanwhile, Chessie's getting controlled up, stun locked, and killed. No buyback available on this Pudge for 70 seconds. Ooh, damage coming out, taking out this Ursa. Will he buy back and rejoin the fight? Oh, we'll have to see. Meanwhile, Witch Doctor with a very aggressive play there, but he will trade his life for it. Well worth it to keep Radiant in the base. Meanwhile, Lycan taking towers. He's going to rejoin the fight though as Wackadoodle. He caught a couple there, but... Oh, there's the Stone Doggo, the wolf bite on the Tiny. He's going to use that to run away though. Meanwhile, Tez Fanboy is
Boots of Travel on
dead.
Ursa, he's back in.
Ursa's back in. This might be a buyback.
Oh, no.
A dowback, in
No.
fact. He's dead. Alpha. The damage is there, the triple kill for the Drow Ranger, and that's a no buyback Ursa there. They just have to defend against these mega creeps. Oh no!
Okay, this is when you
indeed.
start. This is when you start
What just
looking for the rapier and ending, just going all mid. Surely you feel like you need to do this as big farmers.
There
You
you
know,
go.
waves are pushing in, but top's coming in, but surely rapier and mid, right?
That's
Has
right.
to be.
Chick Hicks, he's leading the way with Sweats Baguettes, but here comes Wackadoodle. He could be disastrous. He's going to take out the Jakiro immediately. No, not enough damage. Jakiro lives. And Wackadoodle has to get on out of there. Oh my god.
Ironically, he
aggressive
did
plays.
have that Aeon disc on the courier, but it didn't combine properly. I think.
Yeah, actually.
I think did he
He's
buy the
got
wrong
2
things? What's happening
energy
here?
boosters. I see
Yeah.
what's happened. He bought the wrong thing. Oh no, Chick Hicks. Sorry to point that out.
I think he was trying to make arcane boots, maybe. He might have just misclicked. He does have 5,000 gold, so he can make 3 or 4 more of those mistakes and still get the Aeon. So
Very true. Still got, yeah, 4k surplus. Pretty insane once that buyback does come online. Also buying the gem, I
10,000
see.
gold
Nice.
on Drow.
10,000 gold. Good god. He's going to be the mobile turret, I guess, this game.
Yeah, well, you have the buyback cooldown for 6 minutes on Drow, so surely we just courier to shop and rapier and disruptor goes down.
Ooh, speaking of going down, that's exactly what the Disruptor did. Yeah, that's... I don't know why the Tiny has a Quelling Blade in his inventory there, but he quelled that Disruptor for sure. 60 seconds
Oh no!
Oh, a little bit of misplay
Tries to
there.
get the hoof stomp on the Tiny and gets hooked out, so hoof stomps to his own pudge, and Tiny just waltzes out. Unfortunate misplay. You know, tensions are high. Game suddenly felt like it had a chance, so,
Oh my god.
so people do seem to feel the stress here. Do we see a rapier just happen? Please. Okay.
Big Pharma.
I think so.
Neutral item.
Yes, yes. Okay, okay. We've got it now.
We do. Oh, there's the Demon Edge.
Needs to turn off, turn on combining.
There you go, the
yeah.
Divine Rapier there, ladies and gentlemen. Game 1 of the Grand
What a game.
Finals. What a game so far. Almost 1 hour into this match, 5 minutes to go. 45k net worth lead for Team Tam, and there's 61 kills above, but still not able to win this match outright. Team Big Pharma are hanging in there. They have this rapier on the trowel, but no buybacks available for their entire team. Is this the final push?
Only 3 people have buybacks in this entire game, and it is all Team Tam. It's Witch Doctor, Lycan, and Tiny. So Tiny does have that rat ability to just get Boots of Travel level 1 or level 2 and go into a creep wave and try and end if Radiant pushes. But if they can kill the Ursa here, then that puts them in a good spot. And they can also shred Tiny now with this Divine, with the Daedalus. So it's going to be interesting. This next fight will... If they can kill Ursa early in this fight, it is looking very, very good. But it is hard to push as well, because there are still buybacks on 2 cores for Team Tam.
Indeed. I'm just noticing there's Scythe of Vice coming out for both Autospotter and Wackadoodle here. So there's going to be a lot of control available for Team Tam. I'd hate to be anybody that gets caught by those 2 people there. Ooh, this is very scary, very high pressure, high tense situation.
You see the Ags coming out on the Ursa though for himself, because he wants to be able to use the Enrage while he's disabled, which is what's happening a lot in these fights with the silence and stuff. Do we have Disruptor Ags? We don't yet. Okay, so he's not going to have the mute, so he will be able to use the Enrage
Does have
if he gets stunned.
Oh, there you go.
Back
Kick
on
back. Chick Hicks is in a
Shakira.
lot of trouble. There's the Scythe as well, but the hook calling back the Wackadoodle Tiny. He's going to BKB and walk on out of there. Chick Hicks just barely surviving. Sun jumps on in. He's got the Lycan ult on top of him. He'll be able to take down Chessie's and Disruptor. The buyback coming from the Pudge. Sun is a little bit too far forward. The hook
They're
misses,
hitting
but
Ancient.
Rapier Drow putting out a
Fortifier
lot
out.
of damage. Fortification, that's right. Wackadoodle getting the 2-man avalanche. Control is there. Chessie's might fall, but
They've killed 2.
so
Tiny going down.
much damage coming out from the Drow. Oh my god, that's 1 for 3 at this point. The buyback coming out from Jakiro as well there.
3 buybacks and dieback on Pudge.
Oh my
But they've held.
god,
They have held.
held the game. This Rapier has just kept them in this game at this point. What a value buy there, actually. The item to win this match.
Yeah, Drow manages to get to the fountain and it's just all over. Like, you can just hit from the fountain. Tiny does try and end a little bit earlier, and the creep's pushing in, but Jakiro manages to aggro the creeps away, so they're not all hitting Ancient. Fortify comes out, which means they won't have it for next push, most likely, but, you know, Team Tam playing it safe. They don't immediately all buy back and try and run it down a second time. They're respecting the Rapier. It is a naked Ancient, so it is very difficult to just play around, and yeah, we see the Roshan coming out now. So we have the Refresher, we've got Ags, we've got Cheese, we've got just about anything you could want. Level 30 coming up on Ursa very soon. A little bit of XP, you'll have the Enrage. Enrage provides half benefits to... Okay, so it's like an AoE Enrage. Wow.
Wait.
Yeah, I have
Interesting.
never either, to be completely honest. I have no clue what... Like, what?
Huh, double Shiva on Centaur.
I
Is
need
that
to-
correct? Wait, what?
Hmm...
Lying to me. Meanwhile, wow. Is that going to be
Okay.
a second Rapier coming out maybe for Drow? At this point,
I
he's
would
backpacked
I would
the-
personally enjoy the Moonshot. I'm a Moonshot enjoyer in this situation, is how what I would say, because
Fair enough.
yes, she has insane agi, but 13,000, you don't really want to get rid of anything else in these slots. Maybe Pike next, perhaps, but I would Moonshot here. It's my personal view.
Hey, take a look. I
Indeed.
think the
Meanwhile,
Radiant
do the
take
supports
double
have
flag.
Ags yet? Not quite. Chris Maurice, he's still 500 gold off. Smoke coming out. Are they looking to get a pick off here before a fight breaks out once again? Possibly. Oh, Moonshard, by the way, on the Tiny as well. He's gonna
Okay.
keep his boots in his backpack. Sweet Spaghetti is very far away from his team here.
I like that Jakira jump in on that last fight, but Jakira had buyback. I think what Team Tam might be saying now is we just need the Hex on the Drow before she can get BKB, before she can get items off. That might be the go that they're looking for. We see, I think, Creep cutting out. No, he's going Secret Shop. I think so.
Oh, there you go. There's the Stone Dog. Once again, Wackadoodle's going to run on in there with the Lycan. Oh, he's going to just hit the Ancient. They're going to try and end the game here, ladies and gentlemen. Will there be a defend? No! Team Tam secures the victory. 1 hour and 8 seconds into this match. GG.
Wow.
Well played. What a
game from Team Tam. Wow.
Oh
Yeah,
my
no
God.
fortify, so they're calming, they're saying no fortify guys, no fortify. Surely we just run in and hit it. They do so. Ancient falls. Very well played by Team Tam. Good push.
Indeed. Oh my God. That. Wow.
That is the game. That is game one for us.
Yeah. Wow. Definitely very hype. Well played Team Tam and well played Big Pharma. Gotta say, they managed to hang in there for so long and they kept themselves in this game. And Team Tam though, proving themselves the victors. There you go. Stone Dog does it, says the chat. That's right. Bringing in that victory. Oh my God. So, Mixed Skill, what did we just witness?
What a wow. Well, my first thoughts are to say yes, it did feel like the game was never purely in Big Pharma's favor, but there were points. It was around the Divine Rapier point. It was around the Drow here with Daedalus. There were points where with the Ursa dieback and also with Tiny and Team Tam having to continually go Rosh and save buybacks and not spend them. So there was a point where if Big Farmers pushed out waves and then went mid and managed to kill Tiny twice, then it did feel winnable. So although it was technically, net worth advantage 40k, 50k whole game, there was a chance there. This was not a stump by any means. It was quite an admirable hold by Big Farmers. They just didn't have the late game lineup for it. Centaur got outscaled and didn't manage to do much damage. Jakira played very well, got some really good macro pies. Disruptor suffered a lot from trying to build the Yules here against the Ursa, of course, but ends up not being able to get the Ags as a result the whole game, so they didn't have that mute. That would have been really, really strong here. So unfortunate. Just the economy. I think it's just the economy of the Drow having 52,000 net worth and just taking the lion's share of the farm, which that's what you want. But sometimes, these disruptor Ags could change the game, some stuff like that. But overall, very well played by Team Tam. They just had the Tusk that brought in those 2 early kills in the early game. Witch Doctor had some nice plays with the Shard. You have Ursa playing in and out and cooling back and cooling forward. Like there was points where he turned around and ran out of the fight, so you could see good communication happening. Like he wasn't just clicking towards Fountain or fighting, he was playing intelligent. And of course Tiny, probably my MVP for this match, trying to win by any means possible, has the Scythe coming out. He builds tank to be able to survive the Drow BKBs and gets that Megas, which is what kind of really sets the game into be feeling like it's 90% win rate for Team Tam, and just never let their foot off the gas. Lycan also coming back into scale with the Basher AC, also good for pushing, and also the Wolves Vision, another very, very well played by, good play by a TES fanboy with the Wolves giving vision all game. So well played to Team Tam, incredible game one. Yeah, great fun.
Indeed. All right, thank you for joining us for this stream. We're going to end it here now. And we'll see you all for game number 2. Hopefully it's going to be as hype as this one, Mixed Skill?
Hopefully. Yeah, we'll see you all then. Thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah. And, yeah. It'll be the same teams against each other, and we'll see that soon. Alright. Stopping the stream in 3, 2, 1.